This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, the banks are in trouble, and the shadow banks are in worse trouble. Okay? And the reason why they are in trouble is because they are severely over-leveraged. A majority of the cash they have on hand is loaned out at crazy 2x, 10x, 50x leverage. And the money that depositors have in the banks are not protected. Let me tell you guys something. The FDIC allegedly protects you up to $250,000 for your deposit. But the FDIC does not have the cash on hand if all these banks go belly up. Based on the amount of depositors on hand with $250,000 or less, the FDIC only has cash on hand to pay 1.2% of that. That means 98.8% of depositors will not get any money if the banks go under. 98.8% of depositors will not get any money if the banks go under. And we saw what happened with Signature Bank and those other banks. They made sure and made the big dogs whole. Even though FDIC was only for $250,000, they made the big dogs whole. Because you know what? The 1%ers, the big dogs, are not allowed to lose money. Do you think they would have done that for retail investors, for everyday Americans whose money was tied up in those banks? Of course not. They would have said the rules are the rules, and that is what it is, and we're not paying no more than that. I'm going to tell you guys something, and this is what I've learned with my extensive years on this planet. Rules are put in place to justify keeping out people or not doing things for people that you don't like. Because the minute you like somebody, the rules become irrelevant. Okay? The rules become irrelevant. Let's say you want to go to law school. And for the school you want to go to, the minimum LSAT score is 150. I don't even remember what the LSAT scores are right now. But let's say it's 150. Let's say you get a 120 LSAT score. So technically, you wouldn't qualify for this law school. But because your dad went to law school with this guy or went to undergrad with this guy and he gives him a call, all of a sudden, this 150 minimum LSAT rule no longer applies. It doesn't apply. It doesn't make any sense. So rules are put in place to justify keeping people out that you don't like or not doing something for people you don't like. You can quote the rules, but the minute you like somebody or they have some influence over you, the rules don't matter. And the FDIC showed us this when Signature Bank and those other banks went down in Cali. They gave all these Silicon Valley guys, they gave them all their money back. They did not take a 1 penny loss. Even though the rules said they were not supposed to cover more than $250,000. They gave them all their money. But if these banks go down, and I believe a lot of them are already in trouble, they're over-leveraged. Commercial loans, not paying. Auto loans, not paying. Credit cards, not paying. The banks are in trouble. And if the FDIC only has 1.2% of the money needed on hand, a lot of depositors, everyday normal people, are not going to get their money. And you know who they're going to pay first, right? They're going to pay their friends first. They're going to pay their friends first. And everybody else are going to be left holding the bag. I don't care what anybody says. United States banking system is in turmoil. They're in trouble from years of overleverage, years of naked shorting stocks, years of engaging in malfeasance. But I believe XRP is going to change a lot of that. But until that happens, when the banks go down, a lot of everyday depositors are going to lose a lot of money because the FDIC does not have the cash on hand to cover those losses. Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.